Maharaja is a Sanskrit title for a great ruler, great king, or high king. Rana is an equivalent title. The female equivalent, Maharani, denotes either the wife of a Maharaja or Maharana, and also in states where it was customary, a woman ruling in her own right, the equivalent title was Maharani. The widow of a Maharaja is known as a Rajmata, Queen Mother. The form Mahārāja indicates a separation of noble and religious officers, although the fact that in Hindi the suffix "a" is silent makes the two titles near homophones. Etymology. The word Maharaja originates in Sanskrit and is a compound karma-derived term from Mahand, great, and Rajin, ruler, king. It has the Latin cognates magnum, great, and rex, king. Due to Sanskrit's major influence on the vocabulary of most languages in Greater India, the term Maharaja is common to many modern languages of India such as Kannada, Tamil, Hindi, Marathi, Rajasthani, Malvi, Telugu, Odia, Punjabi, Bengali and Gujarati. The Sanskrit title Maharaja was originally used only for rulers who ruled a considerably large region with minor tributary rulers under them. Since the medieval times, the title was used even by rulers of smaller states since they claimed to be the descendants of the ancient Maharajas. Indian subcontinent. Maharaja is a ruler's title. On the eve of independence in 1947, India contained more than 600 princely states, each with its own ruler, often styled Raja, Rana, Thakur and Nawab, with a host of less current titles as well. The British directly ruled two-thirds of India, the rest was under indirect rule by the above-mentioned princes under the considerable influence of British representatives, such as residents at their courts. The word Maharaja may be understood simply to mean ruler or king, in spite of its literal translation as great king. This was because only a handful of the states were truly powerful and wealthy enough from the rulers to be considered great monarchs. The remaining were minor princely states, sometimes little more than towns or groups of villages. The word, however, can also mean emperor in contemporary Indian usage. The title of Maharaja was not as common before the gradual British colonization of India, upon and after which many Rajas and otherwise styled Hindu rulers were elevated to Maharajas, regardless of the fact that scores of these new Maharajas ruled small states, sometimes for some reason unrelated to the eminence of the state. For example, support in World War I or World War II. Two Rajas who became Maharajas in the 20th century were the Maharaja of Kochi and the legendary Maharaja Jagatjit Singh of Kapurthala. Variations of this title include the following, each combining Maha, great, with an alternative form of Raja, king, so all meaning great king. Maharana, Maharawal, Maharawat, Maharao and Maharaul. Maharaja has taken on new spellings due to time change and migration. It has even been shortened to Miraj and Maharaj, but the most common is Maharaja and Maharaj, despite its literal meaning. Unlike many other titles meaning great king, neither Maharaja nor Raja, nor even its equivalent amongst Maharajas, Mahārāja, ever reached the standing required for imperial rank, as each was soon the object of title inflation. Instead, the only Hindu title which is commonly rendered as emperor is Samrat of Samraj, a personal distinction achieved by a few rulers of ancient dynasties such as the Mauryas and Guptas. The Muslim equivalent of emperor would be Padshah, applied to the Mughal dynasty. Compound and dynastic ruler titles. Dharma Maharaja was the devout title of the rulers of the Ganga dynasty. In the Mughal Empire, it was quite common to award to various princes a series of lofty titles as a matter of protocolary rank. Many of these elaborate explicitly on the title Maharaja, in the following descending order: Maharaja-The Rajabahadar, Great Prince over Princes, a title of honor, 1 degree higher than Maharaja-The Raja. Maharaja-The Raja, Great Prince over Princes, a title of honor, 1 degree higher than Sir Y. Maharaja Bahadar. C.Y. Maharaja Bahadar, a title of honor, 1 degree higher than Sir Y. Maharaja. Sir Y. Maharaja, a title of honor, 1 degree higher than Maharaja Bahadar. Maharaja Bahadar, a title of honor, 1 degree higher than Maharaja. Furthermore, there were various compound titles simply including other princely styles, such as Maharaja Chhatrapati in Satara, the paramount state of the Maratha Confederacy; the Maharaja Rana of Jalawar; Maharaja Irajgan, Great Prince amongst Princes; Maharaja Sena Sahib Suba of Nagpur, another Maratha state; Maharaj Babu, a Rajput princely title, used as ruling title of Hazariya state of South Chittagong. For details concerning various titles containing Sahib, see there. Certain Hindu dynasties even came to use a unique style, including a term which as such is not of princely rank, e.g. Maharaja Gaikwar of Baroda, Maharaja Scindia of Gwalior, Maharaja Holkar of Indore, three of the very highest-ranking ruling Maratha houses. Nobiliary and honorary use. Like Raja and various other titles, Maharaja was repeatedly awarded to notables without a princely state, such as zamindars. One Raja of Lambagrayon, a Jagier who served in the colonial army, was granted personally the non-hereditary title of Maharaja of Khengar, Lambagrayon, and a personal 11 guns salute, so neither honor passed on to his son and heir. In the major Muslim realm of Hyderabad and Ambera, there was a system of ennobling titles for the Nizam's courtiers, conferring a specific rank without any state of their own, not unlike peerage titles without an actual fief in the UK, the highest titles for Hindu nobles being Maharaja Bahadar and Maharaja above, and Raja Rai Ryan Bahadar, Raja Rai Bahadar, Raja Bahadar, Raja and Rai. For the Muslim counterparts there were alternative titles, the highest being Jah and Umara, e.g. the Divan Maharaja Sikhishan Pershad held such a Maharaja title. Derived style for princes of the blood. Maharaj Kumar means son of a Maharaja or heir apparent. The female equivalent is Maharaj Kumari, daughter of a Maharaja. Nepal. The kings of Nepal used the title of Maharaja-The Raja, which was great kings over kings, a title of honor, a degree higher than Maharaja. Rana. Prime ministers of Nepal used the title of Maharaja. Malay Archipelago, Indonesia. As many Indonesian states started out when the archipelago was still predominantly Hindu or Buddhist, some have been ruled by Maharaja, such as Srivijaya, Majapahit and Kutai Kartanagara. Traditional titles remain in use for the other members of this dynasty, such as Pangeran and Ratu for the heir. The Englishman Captain James Brooke was declared as Raja Brooke by the Brunei Sultan. The word Raja derived from the word Maharaja. Raja Brooke, who was married to a Sarawak woman, pacified the Sarawak revolt against the Brunei Sultan, thus declared by the latter as Raja during the Raffles stint. Malaysia. In Peninsular Malaysia, Maharaja was the title of the monarch of the Peninsular Malay state of Johor from 1873 to 1885. The Arabic Muslim title Sultan, often considered of higher rank, was re-adopted later and remains in current usage. The title Bendahara Seri Maharaja was used by the ruler of Pahang, till on 6 August 1882 Tunku Ahmad al-Muazzam Shah ibn al-Mahamtun Ali adopted the title Sultan. In northern Borneo, the title Maharaja of Sabah and Raja of Gar and Sandakan was used from 29 December 1877 to 26 August 1881 by Alfred Dent. In contemporary Malay usage, the title Maharaja refers to an emperor, e.g. Maharaja Jepan, Brunei, in Seri Malayas of the Srivijaya, under the Srivijaya satellite empire of the Majapahit Empire dominated over the whole Malayas far-reaching the present Philippine archipelago, Malaysia, Brunei, Indonesia under the Srivijaya Empire of the Majapahit King Maharaja Pamawasa. The latter's daughter Eskandar was married to an Arab who was a Srivijaya ruler in Seri who were a Srivijaya monarchy. In the 12th century, with the fall of the empire, the Seri king, being a Muslim, established the Sultanate of Brunei in 1363 with the reigning title as Sultan Muhammad Shah. In 1426 to 1450, he also established the Sultanate of Sulu while his brother Makdum Karim, a Srivijaya Johor ruler, established the Sultanate of Maguindanao Rana Mindanao. His progeny in 1704, Syed Nakoda Perkasa Anging, was given, by the Brunei Sultan, the title Maharaja of Brunei in the Sulu Sultanate. Thus, his successor Prince and Sultan to append the title Maharaja Adinda to the beginning of the name Maharaja Adinda Taup, the 1859 Maharaja of Jolo Sulu and Prince heir apparent of Sultan Moh Fadl at the time. Philippines. In the Philippines, more specifically in Sulu, Maharaja was a title given to various subdivisional princes after the fall of the Srivijaya of the Majapahit Empire. Parts of the Philippines may have later been ruled by community leaders as Maharaja from once being under the Srivijaya and Majapahit empires. In the establishment of the Sultanate of Sulu from approximately 1425 to 1450, the title of Maharaja was even used by a Sulu Sultan, such as the 1520 to 1548 Sulu Sultan Maharaja Upo. Compound titles. The word can also be part of titles used by Malay nobility. Maharaja Leela was the title of the ruler of the state of Nanning, until it was annexed by the UK to Malacca in 1832. Most famous was Bendahara Seri Maharaja Tun Mutahir of Malacca and Datuk Maharaja Leela Pandak Lam of Perak. The palace marshal of the Yang Dai Pertuan Agong of modern Malaysia is called Datuk Maharaja Leela Panggulu Istana Negara. In the Sulu Sultanate in the Philippines, the Raja Muda is the heir to the throne. The Maharaja Adinda is the second heir apparent and the Maharaja Leela acts as chief of the palace. Eventually, Maharaja Adinda was also used to refer to a particular lineage within the royal families. Indonesia. Aceh Maharaja was also part of the titles of the nobility in the Sumatran Sultanate of Aceh. In the past, the title of Maharaja is given to leader of the unreigning noble family and the Prime Minister Maharaja Mangkubumi. The last Prime Minister of Aceh who was installed to be the Maharaja Mangkubumi, Habib Abdurrahman El-Zahir, also acted as the Foreign Affairs Minister of Aceh but was deposed and exiled to Jeddah by the colonial Dutch East Indies authorities in October 1878.